Hola amigos, bienvenidos. Hi friends, welcome back to another lesson of the Language Tutor. Listen, today I'm going to teach you something that is going to really open up your world greatly. Think about this. Whenever we're telling someone about our day, or when we're talking about something that's happened, or, just eating dinner with friends, we're usually telling stories and talking about things that have happened. We're speaking in the past tense, right? Well, today I want to teach you AR verbs in the past tense. Now, here's the thing. AR verbs, as I've said before, those are the most common and popular verbs in Spanish. And so if we can learn how to do them in the past tense, we can apply these endings, this method to any AR verb in the past tense. So it's going to be great. This is really going to open up your world of conversation. Okay, now if you have your cuaderno and your lápiz or your pluma, let's get ready to write. First of all, we're going to talk about how do we do AR verbs in the past tense. Well, guess what? We're going to draw a chart. And here's the thing. You remember back when we talked about AR verbs in the present tense? Well, I gave you a set of endings. All, as, a, amos, ais, an. Now, for the past tense, we just have a new set of endings. It's that easy. Okay, let's put our endings up really quick. Now, first of all, I want to tell you, you only have to worry about 2 accents in these endings. So let's go ahead and put our endings on the chart. So up there for the yo form in the top left, let's put the letter E, with an accent. We're going to put an accent on this one and the bottom left in just a minute. So we got an E with an accent. That's our first ending. That's the one that goes with yo. Now let's move down to the tu form. We're going to put aste, A-S-T-E. And now let's move down to the el, ella, usted form. And we're going to put an o with an accent. Now, I've told you before, accents are important, and they are. So what happens is, if we didn't put this accent on the O, and we put, for example, hablo with no accent, when we put it next to ella, well, it wouldn't make sense. It would look like she, I speak. So that accent is telling us it's in the past tense. And when we say it with that accent, we're implying past tense. So accents are definitely important. Now let's go up to the top right. Here's the fun thing about the nosotros form. They're the same in the present and in the past. So we're going to use amos again, amos. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, how do you know which one it is when I'm speaking Spanish and I say nosotros hablamos? How would I know if it's past or present? Well, it's like we've said before, context. So you're speaking Spanish, you're talking about something, they're going to know by the context of the conversation which one you mean, okay? So nothing to worry about there. Context tells us a whole lot in language. Now let's go down to the vosotros form. Now watch this. I'm actually going to take the tu form, aste, I'm going to move it over to the vosotros form, and I just simply add an is to it, astéis. Okay, so you just kind of think about that. It's a little visual help for you. Move it over, add the is, okay? And then down on the bottom right, we have aron, A-R-O-N. So what we have, let's go through them again. Aste, o, amos, astéis, aron. Great. Now, it might take you about a minute to learn those endings and practice them a little bit, then try to do them out of order. And once you have them down, you have the past tense for AR verbs. We'll catch those ERs and IRs later. Okay, let's look at the verb hablar. All right, let's put it into context really quick. Hablar means to speak. Well, if I wanted to say I spoke, it's yo hablé. Hablé. And stress that E when you say it. That really tells us it's past tense, okay? Now, tú hablaste. Hablaste. All right. Now, él, ella, usted form. Él habló. Ella habló. And usted habló. All right. Now, look at the top right here, the nosotros form. We're going to do it just like we do in present tense. Nosotros hablamos. All right. We bet you have that one down already. Now, let's go to the vosotros form. All right. We're going to say, we got aste. We move it over. Astéis. So we have vosotros hablasteis. Okay. And then down at the bottom right, we have ellos, ellas, and ustedes hablaron. All right, awesome. Now let's look at one more, just in a couple out of order set different uses there. We've got nadar. I want to use the verb nadar now, to swim. Okay, now let's just kind of do some random selection there. What if I want to say, think about this one, they swam. All right, just kind of piece that together in your head. Think about the ending that goes with it, bottom right, and you have ellos nadaron. All right, let's think about another one. We swam. We swam. Okay, think about your ending, and we have nosotros nadamos. Great. Now let's do you. I'm talking to a friend. I'm going to use the tú form. You swam. Okay, so think about that. Tú nadaste. All right, let's try one more. I swam. Yo nadé. Okay. Now, friends, get those endings down. Now, I want you to think about every single AR verb that you've learned so far, because I bet you've learned some on your own as well. And just start doing exactly what we just did. Randomly think of various forms of that verb in the past tense. Try it with the you, the they form in the past tense, and then the you form, and then the we form, and then the he or the she form. Just mix it up and really start to try to use those verbs in different contexts. That's really going to help your conversation a whole lot.